Some of these cars are absolute steals, and some of them will quietly ruin your EV experience. Right now, in 2026, you can buy electric cars that used to cost $40,000 for under $20K. But here's the catch. Some have outdated charging, some degrade faster, and some just don't fit real life in the US. So today, I'm breaking down 7 used EVs under $20K that are actually worth buying, and the ones you should think twice about. We're talking 50–60% depreciation in just a few years, while batteries are still holding strong in real-world use. So now you've got this weird situation where a 5-year-old EV still does 90% of what a new one does for half the price. But, and this is important, you have to pick smart, because the wrong EV doesn't just feel outdated, it becomes inconvenient very fast. Number 7. Nissan Leaf, 2019 to 2022. Price sits roughly between $8,000 and $16,000, and depending on the version, you're getting around 150 to 220 miles of range. Now, on paper, that sounds like an insane deal. And honestly, for the right person, it is. The Leaf is one of the simplest EVs ever made. No complicated systems, no over-engineering, just a straightforward electric drivetrain that's proven to be incredibly reliable over time. You plug it in at home, wake up every morning with a full charge, and it just works. But here's where things get tricky. This car doesn't have active battery cooling, which means in hotter states, Arizona, Texas, Nevada, battery degradation can be noticeably faster. And then there's the bigger issue. It uses CHAdeMO charging. And in the US, that standard is slowly disappearing. So if you're thinking road trips, fast charging across states, this is not your car. But if your life looks like this, work, groceries, gym, back home, and you charge overnight, this is one of the cheapest, most stress-free EVs you can own. Number 6. BMW i3 from 2017 to 2020. You're looking at around 10K to 17K, with roughly 120 to 150 miles of range. Now this car is weird, and I mean that in the best way possible. The BMW i3 was built completely differently from almost every other car on this list. Carbon fiber body, ultra lightweight design, futuristic interior. Even today, it still feels unique. And when you drive it, it's quick, nimble, almost playful. But this is not a practical car. The rear doors are awkward, the back seats are tight, and if you ever damage that carbon fiber body, repairs are not cheap. There's also a version called the Rex, which has a small gas generator, and that actually solves range anxiety in a clever way. Charging-wise, it uses CCS, so you're fine across the US. But let's be real, this is not a family car. This is for someone who wants something different, something fun, and doesn't need space. Number 5, Volkswagen eGolf, 2017 to 2019. This one sits around 9K to 14K, with about 125 miles of range. And honestly, this is the most normal car on this list. It doesn't scream EV, it doesn't try to impress you with giant screens or crazy tech. It just feels like a regular Golf, and that's exactly why people love it. You get solid build quality, predictable driving, and almost no learning curve. If you've driven a gas car your whole life, this feels instantly familiar. But yes, the range is limited, and fast charging is slow compared to newer EVs. So again, this is not a road trip machine. But as a second car, or a simple daily commuter, it's one of the easiest EVs to live with. Number 4, Hyundai Kona Electric, 2019 to 2021. Now we step into serious territory. You'll find these between 14K and 20K, and you're getting around 250 miles of range. That's where things change, because now you're not just commuting, you can actually live with this car. The Kona Electric quietly became one of the most well-rounded EVs in the market. It's efficient, the battery holds up really well over time, and the range is more than enough for most people's weekly driving. Charging uses CCS, so you're covered across the US networks. Now the downsides? It's not exciting, interior's a bit basic, rear seat space is tight. And yes, early models had battery recall issues, but most of those have been resolved. So if you're looking for drama, this isn't it. But if you want something that just works every day without stress, this is one of the smartest buys under 20K. Number 3, Kia Niro EV, 2019 to 2022. Think of this as the Kona's more practical sibling. Price sits around 15 to 20K. Range is about 240 miles. What makes the Niro stand out is usability. More space, more comfort, easier to live with daily. This is the kind of EV where you don't have to think too much. You just drive it. Battery reliability has been strong, charging works well with CCS, and overall ownership is very predictable. But it's not perfect. The infotainment feels outdated compared to newer EVs, and charging speeds aren't the fastest. Still, for a family or someone who wants practicality over flash, this is a very safe choice. Number 2, Chevrolet Bolt EV EUV, 2019 to 2023. This might be the best value EV in the US right now. Prices range from 14K to 19K, with around 259 miles of range. And here's the crazy part. A lot of these cars got brand new batteries due to a recall. So you're basically buying a used car with a fresh battery and reset warranty. That's huge. The car itself is simple, efficient, and very cheap to run. But there is one big catch: charging speed. DC fast charging on the Bolt is slow. Not unusable, but noticeably slower than competitors. So if you're someone who does frequent long trips, this might frustrate you. But for daily driving, it's almost unbeatable at this price. This is the one most people are here for. You can now find them around 17 to 20K with 260 to 300 miles of range, depending on the version. And honestly, nothing else on this list combines everything like this car. The biggest advantage? The charging network. Tesla's superchargers are still the most reliable and widespread in the US. No apps, no confusion, just plug in and go. On top of that, you get software updates, solid range, and a driving experience that still feels modern. But you need to be careful here. At this price point, many Model 3s have high mileage. And while the drivetrain is durable, things like suspension, tires, and small components will need attention. Build quality can also be inconsistent on older units. So don't just chase the badge, inspect the car properly. But if you find a clean one, this is easily the most complete EV experience under 20K. Here's the bottom line. Used EVs in 2026 are one of the best deals in the entire car market. So if you had 20K right now, which one are you picking? Drop it in the comments. And if you want more real, no BS EV breakdowns like this, hit subscribe.